The truth about happiness, what nobody tells you. Everything you've been told about happiness is keeping you miserable. Not because the advice was wrong, but because it was incomplete. There's a version of happiness that's sold to you through social media, self-help books, morning routine videos, and then there's the version that actually exists. The real one. The one that looks nothing like what you've been chasing. By the end of this video, you're going to understand something that most people spend their entire lives never figuring out. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. The first truth. Here's the first thing nobody tells you. Happiness is not a feeling. It's a frequency. And before you scroll away thinking that sounds like a bumper sticker, hear this out. Every emotion you feel is temporary. Joy, grief, excitement, boredom, they all pass. That's neuroscience, not philosophy. Your brain was literally wired to return to a baseline. It's called hedonic adaptation, and it is the reason that the raise didn't fix it. The relationship didn't fix it. The new apartment didn't fix it. You adapted. You always do. So if happiness is a feeling, you will spend your whole life running toward something that moves every time you get close. Planted. There's a second thing nobody tells you. And it's darker than the first. We'll get to it in a moment, but it explains why the happiest-looking people you follow online are often the most quietly desperate. And why people with objectively difficult lives sometimes carry a lightness that you can feel when you walk into the room. But first, let's talk about the lie. The lie? The lie isn't that happiness is possible. The lie is the shape it was sold to you in. You were shown happiness as an endpoint. A destination with coordinates, a certain income, a certain body, a certain relationship status, a certain number of followers. And so you treated your actual life, the one happening right now, in this moment, as a waiting room. As something to endure until the real thing arrived. Think about the language people use. I'll be happy when. Things will be better once. I just need one more thing to fall into place. That sentence, I'll be happy when, might be the most expensive sentence a human being can say. Because it turns your present into a cost you pay for a future that, by design, keeps receding. The second truth. Now, that darker thing I mentioned. Here it is, comparison is not just a thief of joy. It is a factory that manufactures suffering out of nothing. And what makes this particularly brutal in the modern world is that you are comparing your interior to everyone else's exterior. Your doubts, your 3 a.m. fears, your quiet failures, against their highlight reel, their best angles, their curated wins. You are playing a game with stacked decks and then wondering why you feel like you're losing. Research from the University of Michigan found that time spent on social media directly correlated with decreased life satisfaction, not because people's lives got worse, but because their perception of their lives shifted. They didn't lose anything. They just started measuring themselves against a fictional standard that doesn't exist in real life for anyone. The antidote isn't to stop caring about growth. It's to change your reference point. The only honest comparison is you, yesterday versus you, today. I want to say something quietly. Most people don't want happiness. Not really. What they want is to stop hurting. And they've been told those are the same thing, but they are not. Chasing happiness while running from pain is like trying to have summer without winter. The full range is the point. Grief means you loved something. Anxiety means you care. Even boredom is your mind asking for more meaning. The people who seem most genuinely alive, not most cheerful, but most alive, are the ones who stopped trying to curate their emotional experience and started moving through all of it with intention. So what does this actually look like in practice? Because this can't just be philosophy. You need something to do with it. Here is the third truth: happiness lives in friction, not comfort. Study after study on what psychologists call the eudaimonic well-being, the deep, lasting kind, shows it emerges not from pleasure, but from engagement. From challenge that stretches you just past your current edge. From work that matters to someone. From relationships that require you to actually show up, not just feel good. The most reported moments of happiness in human experience are not lying on beaches. They are moments of flow, where you were so absorbed in something difficult and meaningful that you lost track of time entirely. That means the pursuit of comfort, the endless optimization of your life to remove friction, is, paradoxically, a pursuit of misery. Every time you avoid the difficult conversation, skip the hard workout, numb the discomfort with your phone, you are pruning the very branches that happiness actually grows on. Watch a small child play. They are not happy because their life is perfect. They are happy because they are entirely inside the present moment. There is no future to worry about. No past to regret. There is only this, the block tower, the puddle, the dog across the street. Somewhere between childhood and adulthood, most people make a quiet, unconscious trade. They swap presents for planning. They stop being here and start living mostly in the future or the past, in anxiety about what's coming or regret about what's gone. Mindfulness is not a wellness trend. It is the technical term for reclaiming what you already knew how to do at 4 years old. And now, the question I mentioned. If you want a single tool that can genuinely reorient your relationship with happiness, it's this. Would I be okay with my life exactly as it is, if it never changed? Sit with that. Don't rush past it. Not am I settling. Not do I stop growing. Just, if the external circumstances froze right here, could you find it within yourself to be at peace with this? Because if the answer is no, no amount of external achievement will fix it. That's an inside conversation. And it's the most important one you'll ever have. But if the answer is yes, even partially, even on your best days, then you found the frequency. Not as a final destination. As a home base you can return to, no matter what happens around you. The truth about happiness is not a secret locked behind success, or discipline, or the right morning routine. It is available, now, to anyone willing to stop treating their life as a rough draft. You are not waiting to become someone who deserves to be happy. You are not one achievement, one relationship, one breakthrough away. The waiting is the problem. The waiting was always the problem. The happiest version of you is not a future you. It's a more present you. And that version is closer than you think. If something in this video landed, not just sounded good, but actually landed, I'd ask you to sit with it before scrolling to the next thing. That impulse to immediately move on? That's exactly what this video was about. If you want to go deeper, the next video covers the habits that scientifically undermine happiness, most of which are considered healthy by mainstream advice. That one might challenge you even more than this one did.